Thank you so much, sir. And also, we are waiting for ma'am for gracing this evening with your valuable presence. We will just take 2 minutes for her presence to come.
To commence this evening, we would request our chief guest, Sir, our head of the department, Professor S.M. Patnaik, sir, faculty in charge, Professor Manoj Kumar Singh, sir, and nodal officer, Dr. Avitoli G. Zemo, ma'am, to light the lamp, please.
शुरू करना था ना हमें मतलब मुझे समझ नहीं आया हमें शुरू करना था कि नहीं शुरू करना था क्या हुआ सब लोग इतने सैड क्यों हैं अचानक कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ है क्या हाँ मैम इज हियर गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर है जल्दी बताओ कौन है गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर है ना
Our guest of honor, Professor Bijay Lakshmi ma'am is here. Ma'am, we welcome you to this evening. Please have a round of applause and let's light the lamp together. I also welcome President of IUAES to light the lamp. Please have a round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. We will now proceed with our first performance of the evening, Sounds of Bharat. It is a composition of Indian regional melodies intertwined with Rag Megh that represents Punjabi, Marathi, Bengali and Malayalam song. Let's have the Hansraj College Music Society on the stage.
के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला जाए रे उम्र का ये ताना बाना समझ न पाए रे जुबां पे जो मोह माया नमक लगाए रे के देखे न भाले न जाने न आए रे দিশাহারা কেমন বোকা মনটা রে। প্রাণ পাখি মরুই রাজা, প্রাণ পাখি মরুই রাজা, খাঁচা ভেঙে প্রাণ পাখি মরুই রাজা। കുഞ്ചരി മുഞ്ചി കുഞ്ചിക്കോ മുത്തരി മുത്തിരി ചിന്തിക്കോ മുഞ്ചരി വർണ്ണ ചന്ദ്രി വാവേ താങ്കന്നക്ക തകതിനിയാടും തന്തരി വാവേ ഹോയ്. കുഞ്ചരി മുഞ്ചി കുഞ്ചിക്കോ മുന്തരി മുത്തിൽ ചിന്തിക്കോ മുഞ്ചരി വർണ്ണ ചന്ദ്രി വാവേ താങ്കന്നക്ക തകതിനിയാടും തന്തരി വാവേ ഹോയ്. തങ്ക കുയിസല്ലേ തങ്ക കുയിരല്ലേ മാടന മയിരല്ലേ, തങ്ക കുയിസല്ലേ തങ്ക കുയിരല്ലേ മാടന മയിരല്ലേ. जिया जले जा जले नैनो तले धुआं चले रात भर धुआं चले जानू ना सखी। जिया जले जा जले नैनो तले धुआं चले रात भर धुआं चले। श्री हरि सड़क रे वन सागर गोविंदा, देवता श्री हरि सड़क रे वन सागर गोविंदा। ऊंचियां चढ़नी सागर बंधन, ऊंचियां चढ़नी सागर बंधन, करी दो परमानंदा, करी दो परमानंदा। दे प्रसादा वेंकटेशा, दे प्रसादा वेंकटेशा, करी दो परमानंदा। नारायण रमा रमण, नारायण रमा रमण, नारायण नारायण नारायण। नी पापा मामरे मारे नी रे मा पा रे सा pani sare ni samare re ma pani pa pani sare ni sare sari sari pani pa mare mare sari sari। मेघ श्याम घन श्याम, मेघ श्याम घन श्याम, मेघ श्याम घन श्याम, मेघ श्याम घन श्याम। श्याम रंग तन छायो, श्याम रंग तन छायो, बादल के रूप श्याम, बादल के रूप श्याम, प्रेम रंग बरसायो। मेघ श्याम घन श्याम, मेघ श्याम। मामा रे रे पापा मापा 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 नी री पामा पामा पानी सारे नी सारे रे सारी सा नी री पामा पा रे रे सारी सा पानी रे सा। घुमड़ घुमड़ घटा घोर, मामा रे सा नी सा रे सा नी सा नी नी सा 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 रे सा 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 नी सा 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 रे सा 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 नी नी सा 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 रे सा सा मामा रे सा नी सा रे सा नी नी सा 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 रे सा सा नी नी सा सा रे सा सा नी नी सा सा रे सा सारी पा मरे मा पानी सारे मरे सारे रे नी सा सा पानी नी मा पा रे मा पानी सारी पानी पा मरे मा पानी सा सा रे मा पानी सा सा रे मा पानी सा सा। घुमड़ घुमड़ घटा घोर, घुमड़ घुमड़ घटा घोर, बादल वा करे शोर, शोर 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 शोर। गोपी संग बनवारी, गोपी संग बनवारी, सब ही श्याम रंग भयो। मेघ श्याम मेघ श्याम नी सा pani ma pa re ma sa re ni sa. Megha Sham, Sham Megha Sham. Sani pa ma re sa ni sa ma re ma pa ma sa ni pa ma re sa ni sa ma re ma pa ma pa ni pa ni sa ni sa re ni pa ni sa re ma pa ni pa ma re sa ni sa re. Sare ma pani sa ni pa ma re sa ni sa re ma pani sa ni pa ma re ni ni pa ma re sa ni sa re ma pa pani sa ni pa ma re sa re ma re ma pa pani sa ni pa ma re sa ni pa ma re sa.
Thank you so much, Swaranjali. This was mesmerizing and heartfelt. Now, moving forward with our next performance, we have the Japanese folk dance called Sakura Sakura Odori, wherein Sakura means cherry blossom and Odori means dance, hence depicting the dance of the spring season. So, we have on the stage the students of Department of East Asian Studies, University of Delhi. Please welcome them.
Wow, that was an enthralling dance. Moving forward, we have Kuchipudi, a traditional dance drama performance from Andhra Pradesh, a southern state in India. It has its root in ancient religious practices and spiritual beliefs. Originating as a form of worship in temples, this art form embodies the essence of humanity with vivid gestures and sways. We have on stage our artist from Department of Anthropology.
Yes, केलनलोलक ब्रह्मजली दिन तक्त जन दिन तक्त जन तद तक्त जन तक्त जन तक्त जन तक्त जन तद तनम जन तक्त जन तद दित तग दित तग तग जन तग दित तग तक्त जन तक्त जन
I must say this was a lovely performance and it had a godly essence. So thank you so much. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the harmonious sounds of a Japanese song called Sukiyaki. And let's welcome on stage the choir group of Department of East Asian Studies students on the stage. Please welcome.
Hitori
That was a beautiful performance, and we are extremely pleased to have you all here. Now, I would like to request Abhitoli ma'am, the G20 Nodal Officer, to kindly come to the dais and introduce our guests.
Thank you, Sudeshna. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Guest of Honor, ma'am, the President of IUAES, Professor Koizumi, Secretary General, Professor Salazar, the Conference Chair, Professor Patnaik, the Organizing Secretary, Professor Manoj Kumar Singh, distinguished guests, delegates from abroad and India, my dear students. I'm very glad to inform all of you that the University of Delhi, especially the Cultural Council, identified our department as one of the nodal centers to conduct G20 cultural and academic activities. And they gave us 2 countries to focus. One is Japan and one is Brazil. So today we are focusing on Japan. Tomorrow we'll focus on Brazil. And this is a wonderful endeavor because we get to collaborate with different departments, or else all of us, we are very busy in our own respective department works that we don't even get to interact with other departments. But through this G20 event, we were able to collaborate with the Department of East Asian Studies, which you have seen. We were able to collaborate with the Music Society of Hansraj College, Ramjas College, and again, the Ramjas College, our Honorable Principal Ma'am is here. They provide us with this amazing facility. So through this event, we were able to collaborate with all these colleges and other departments, and we are very thrilled that we could finally do this, and we should continue to do more because this is such amazing adventure, I must say. So thank you, ma'am, and thank you to all our collaborators. One of the objectives of this G20 related event is to highlight some of the pertinent issues of both countries, the host country as well as the guest country, on any of the G20 related themes like renewable energy, health sector, digital India, lifestyle for environment, SDGs, trade and investment, agriculture, startups, culture, education, skill enhancement, women-led development, financial inclusion, tourism, and so on. These are some of the G20 themes which we will be focusing on, and I'm sure the guest of honor and the chief guest may be speaking on this, perhaps. But before that, I would like to introduce our chief guest. And today we are very honored and very honored and very happy to have Professor Rajiv Gupta as our chief guest. You must know that he is the CEO of the Institute of Eminence, University of Delhi. And a little bit about him, because there's so much about him, but just a brief introduction. He obtained his PhD from IIT Kanpur, and he did his postdoctoral work at the University of Kansas, United States. And he joined the University of Delhi in 2003. He has been working as a professor since 2009. His research interests are in the area of coordination and supramolecular chemistry, as well as functional materials with focus on sensing, catalysis, energy transfer, and photocatalysis. And he has published extensively, and his work has been widely cited. And also important to this is very impressive because he's a recipient of Bronze Medal 2016 from Chemical Research Society of India, Science Flame Award 2015 from the World Science Congress, Membership Award from the American Chemical Society, and Indo-US Research Fellowship awarded by the Department of Science and Technology and Indo-US Science and Technology Forum. And Professor Gupta has served as a member of the Program Advisory Committee of Inorganic and Physical Chemistry of Science and Engineering Research Board. He's also the Expert Committee of Inspire Fellowship Program. These are very important programs in our country. That's why I am highlighting it a lot. Also the Special Assistance Program of the University Grants Commission. Well, he has served and serving as member of few divisions of Central Pollution Control Board under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, in addition to Board of Studies of various universities and institutions across the country. And he has hold various responsibilities, including Dean Students Welfare, Admissions, FSR. I mean, a lot of important portfolio he has been rendering to the university. Sir, we we are very glad that you are here in our midst, and we would like to felicitate you. Thank you so much. And sir, we would like to hear, we would like you to say a few words, maybe exhort us. Please come to the dais, and I request the head of department and the conference chair, Professor Patnaik, to kindly felicitate him with a beautiful bouquet and some. And we are also, there is an ongoing World Anthropology Congress, and we would like to give you some of the conference materials, if it is okay. Certainly. Sir.
Namaskar, good evening. And I must first of all thank Professor Patnaik, Head Department of Anthropology, Professor Kaur, Principal Ramjas College, Professor Vijay Lakshmi Nanda, Principal Miranda House, Professor Manoj Kumar Singh, the Organizing Secretary of World Anthropology Congress, and our dear colleague, Professor Abitoli. She is the main driving force behind all these cultural activities. Really appreciate. I was talking to Professor Nanda, when we had this beautiful event of cultural programs, I think it's very dry to invite any one of us to even speak even a word. And we were all enjoying, this program, the wonderful evening. But as I have been called upon, I must welcome our delegates from Japan, which is the focus country for our own University of Delhi Department of Anthropology G20 events. So always a pleasure to welcome our delegates from Japan, and also to welcome delegates from other part of the world, in addition to our colleagues from India, from University of Delhi. G20 event, because this is part of the same program which has been scheduled today, is very important, and 2023 is particularly more important, significant, because while India is playing the role of presidency of G20, Japan is actually the presidency of taking up the role of presidency of G7. So that's a wonderful opportunity for two really big countries, culturally very rich. So speaking of Japan, I think doesn't really require any introduction. The Indo-Japan relationships goes back in time, I think somewhere around 6th century, when the Buddhism started spreading to Japan, of course, in addition to other countries, and subsequently post independence of India. Many programs, many initiatives, many joint MOUs were signed between India and Japan. And I think what I remember is the first one was signed somewhere around 1952, and then there is a series of the understanding between two countries. And what is really striking is the two countries are so similar as far as cultural heritage, cultural richness is concerned, and we just witnessed that. I think the organizers must be really congratulated the way they have picked some of the traditional songs and dances from the India as well as from Japan, and I think that was really wonderful. And what is important is the two big countries, culturally rich, economically really strong, they actually come together, and then we can actually create a lot of fruitful avenues. Speaking about Indo-Japan collaborations, I come from sciences, so I'll just take one example of JSPS, that is Japan Society for the Promotion of Sciences. And I think this is one single organization which is actually assisting a variety of collaborative research between the two countries. Similarly, there are various organizations, various agencies which are actually equally promoting cultural ties between the two countries. And just, as I said, these talks are not really required because we were just having a good time during today's evening. Speaking just one couple of points about G20 events. India, as I just said, that was a president of the G20 in 2023, and under the guidance of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, many initiatives have started. And these things are going to really play a very important role as far as world harmony is concerned. And I think I don't need to really delve upon this point because we have been witnessing many events throughout the world, and harmony is something which is very important. And for that, cultural ties between different countries play a very vital role. So I'll not take much of time. I must congratulate Department of Anthropology for holding today's event, and also organizing World Anthropology Congress. I was surprised to note when Professor Patnaik told me that more than 600 foreign delegates have come, and I think that's really wonderful. It's a huge number. And once you are in Delhi, particularly if you have, if your schedule permits, Delhi is, heritage-wise, culture-wise is a very diverse state, and please make full use of your stay and visit few places in Delhi, and certainly some of the adjoining places. I hope that in your itinerary, Taj Mahal Agra is also included. So have a good time, visit places and then meet, I think there are so many people who are participating, and all my best wishes to the organizers and all delegates from the outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. For the delegates, one announcement that the halls in Kannad Bhavan, they have been allotted to us by Professor Gupta, Kannad Bhavan under Institute of Eminence. So his generosity in giving us 5 conference rooms. Thank you, sir, for all your encouragement.
Now, I'm very pleased to introduce our guest of honor, Professor Bijay Lakshminanda. She's a professor in Department of Political Science, but she's also the principal of Miranda House. And you must know that Miranda House is the #1 college in the whole country. And she is the principal of that college. And we're very glad to have her in our midst. She received her PhD from Center of Political Science, JNU, and very impressive, and this is related to policy, so I would like to read out. She is actively associated with a number of government and non-government organizations and advisor on gender, policy, and advocacy programs for the youth. She supports the 1 Billion Rising, the global campaign on violence against women, and the Center for Advocacy and Research on the various programs. She's a member of Academics Stand Against Poverty, a global body of academics developing ways to collaborate on issues of poverty, and a member of the civil society network Girls Count. So it's a lot of work related to policy, a lot of work related to women, to gender. She has been doing it. We'll go on and on, but I will stop there. But ma'am, we are very grateful that you're here in our midst, and we'd like to felicitate you. I request the conference chair, Professor Patnaik, to kindly honor her.
I would like to thank the Department of Anthropology, Professor Patnaik, Professor Manoj, Professor Avitoli, for giving me this opportunity. It was such a beautiful performance, and I was speaking to Professor Gupta. Thank you for saying that, because we have come in the way of that beautiful talent here. But I must say, while trying to bring about an understanding of India-Japan relationships, we recreated something here. It was like being amongst the cherry blossoms, and it was like being amongst a confluence of Indian and Japanese culture, and so to say. So thank you, Professor Kaur, for this beautiful arrangement. thank you to all of you, from the delegates who have joined us, 600 delegates from the World Anthropological Congress. That's amazing. A huge round of applause to the Department of Anthropology, and still managing to multitask like this, having a Congress and using it so wisely, sir. I must congratulate you on that. And since I have been asked to speak on Indo-Japan relationships, and we should relate it to the G20, Professor Gupta has already said many things which are very important, but going beyond that, we do know that when Prime Minister Kishida was here and he spoke about Japan-India relations, he said that we have steadily progressed, but there are 2-3 areas that he spoke of. One is, examining the support of private investment and financing from Japan to India in the next 5 years, and that's a very important one. And the provision of a 400 billion yen loan for the construction project of the high-speed rail, a flagship project of Japan and India, which is underway. So a huge round of applause to the way in which this relationship is going to see the beautiful, almost you can say a fantastic and imaginative kind of rails that one saw in Japan, and one only thought of it as something that existed in our imagination. For Indians, that was just like a story, like watching maybe, some kind of a myth or a fantasy. So now we are going to have that here. So thank you to the Japanese delegates who make this possible. The other idea that has emerged, and that is what I look forward to, because showing us the sakura has made us start thinking of visiting Japan. So Japan-India Tourism Exchange Year. So I hope that the Department of Anthropology will encourage University of Delhi to take us on a trip to Japan during the cherry blossom. That's that, because this is Japan-India Tourism Exchange Year. Apart from that, coordination is also underway for looking at Japan grant aid for ships. And that is something that was discussed at the D20, which will enable talented administrative officials who will play a leading role to study in Japan. So I hope it will be extended not just to administrative officers, but to professors and principals and teachers and students to join. And beyond that, there is, of course, the way to look into ocean, the treatment of water, and that's another, the ALPS program that we talked about. And this is how we strengthen bilateral relations. I look forward to learning more from the cultural festivals. Beautiful performances, I must say, they were all exquisite. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, madam, for your inspiring words, as ever. One sentence that there is a strong Indo-Japanese relationship as far as anthropology is concerned. In 2008, Professor Junji Koizumi called one of us and said that, are you interested in taking part in World Council of Anthropological Association? And that is how the journey began, and we are here now. Thank you, Junji, for all your effort on the stage or back the stage. And thank you, Sir Professor Gupta and Professor Vijayalakshmi, for all your support. Madam Principal has been so kind, tolerating all of our last moment requests, and Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh is always with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So heading forward in the program, we have this melodic sounds of a flute tabla duet. This is a musical recital, and it is an Indian classical piece. So please enjoy. And we have with us our instrumentalist from Hansraj College and Asian Academy of Film and Television.
That was such a soothing performance. Our next act is a Japanese skit titled The Child Gods. Get ready for a theatrical presence by the Department of East Asian Studies. It will portray a story about a poor old couple who are rewarded for their kindness by the child gods.
The Child Gods. It was New Year's Eve. In a humble cottage lived a poor elderly man and his wife. The next day would be New Year's, yet they had no rice for the rice cake. The wife said sadly, "Without rice, we won't be greeting the New Year's properly." She brought a bundle of their clothes to her husband and added, "Maybe we can sell these." Despondent, he replied, "We have got no choice after all." It was decided that the old man would take the old clothes to the town to sell them. He bid his lovely wife goodbye. "Bye-bye, I'm off now," he said as he gave her a faint smile. The lovely wife waved her hand as she watched her husband leave, hoping the trip will surely be successful. "Fare thee well," she said, and the old men headed off in the direction of the town. It was a snowy day. The man trudged through the snowy path. When the old man reached the outskirts of his village, he came across face to face with 5 child gods that guarded the village. "Out here? In the snow? The poor things," he muttered to himself. "You must be cold," he said, as he proceeded to push off the snow that was collected on top of their heads, one by one. "But alas, I have nothing to offer you except my humble apologies." The old man bowed, then proceeded in the snow. At last, he had reached the town. He let out an exhale of relief and went into the market. He found an empty spot and decided to sell his clothes there. "Hey," he said, "some clothes for sale. How about it? How about it?" As people kept walking past him, only to briefly stop to observe but leave soon after. "Come, feel this fabric. That's quality, quality. How about it? How about it? Come, feel this fabric," he cried to no use. Everyone was busy on New Year's Eve, and no one paid any attention to the old man's cries. All too soon came the dawn, and still the old man had not sold a single piece of clothing. Sorrowful, he said, "Oh, I haven't been able to buy any rice. The wife will be so very disappointed." "Hey, you there!" Standing before him was a man selling hats. "Very nice used clothes there. You don't have any buyers?" the man inquired. "No, I haven't. Not a single one," said the old man as he looked at his bundle of clothes. "I guess I do see," observed the man with the hats. "In that case, would you consider exchanging those old clothes for my hats? I am afraid I've made too many of them." Hats. The old man wondered what to do. He would rather have rice than hats. But the man trying to sell the hats looked so pitiful that the old man changed his mind. "All right, let's exchange my used clothes for your hats." "Really? Thank you. You are too kind," the hat man exclaimed with joy. "There we go. The old man picked up all the hats. Well then, Happy New Year! The hat man bid the old man a farewell. May you have a safe trip home. The old man bowed and thanked him. Carrying the hats on his back, the old man retraced his steps. After he had been walking for a while through the falling snow, oh! He found himself in front of the 5 child gods. Oh my, covered with snow? You must be freezing. Oh, you dear poor things. Oh, that's right. He glanced at the hats he was carrying. There, that will protect you from the snow. Then the old men went about placing the hats on the heads of each of the other child gods, one by one. There, that's the last one. Glad I had enough hats. He looked at the one god left with no cap. Oh dear, there's a problem. I'm one short. Oh, of course. He took off his own hat and placed it on top of the child god's head. I'm sorry, but please make do with my hat. Well then, he bowed and started to walk away in the heavy snow. When he reached home, the wife saw the snow piled up on the man's head and shoulders. Dear, whatever happened to your hat? You must be so very cold, worried the wife. Yeah, and exhausted too, the man sighed. The old man went into the house slowly with the wife and sat down. The old man told his wife everything that had happened. Oh, that's all right. The wife smiled warmly. If the child gods are warm and comfortable, wouldn't that be enough for them? Don't you think? Oh, you are so very sweet, said the old man with teary eyes. The hours passed and the bells signaling the new year began to toll. The old man and the old woman went to bed and to sleep. What could that be? I wonder. The two woke up in the middle of night to a mysterious sound. Where is the old man's house? Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. Here is the old man's house. Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. A sudden sound of the bell took the two by surprise. What on earth happened? The old man walked towards the door slowly. Oh, the old man and the woman was met by numerous gifts left at their doorsteps. What could this be? I wonder, what could it be? The old man looked around to find who must have left it. At a distance, he saw the child gods leaving. Oh, so that's it. A thank you present from the child gods. The last child god looked back, held the hat above to see the old couple and smiled. Another toll of bells, and the next moment the child gods rushed to join the others and left. The old couple looked at their way in gratitude and bowed. And so the old man and the old woman made the rice cakes from the rice they had been given. Oh, thank you. Thanks to you, we had a wonderful new year. The couple offered the child gods rice cakes. We thank you most humbly, the two bowed. Afterwards, the old man and the old woman took great care of the child gods, and thanks to the child gods, they themselves lived healthily and happily ever after. The end.
Thank you so much for this amazing act. Now, we have our last performance of the day as we conclude. Let's embrace ourselves into a festive mood. This performance represents Durga Puja celebration, which will shortly begin in India, and it was inscribed in UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2021. We present you a homage to the Indian goddess Durga. She is a symbol of phenomenal power and triumph over evil concept, and also prosperity, originating from Kolkata, West Bengal, India. So we have on our stage the students of Department of Anthropology.
হাতে রণচণ্ডী তুমি, অসুর বিনাশিনী শক্তি তুমি, দশভুজা তোমার অপার মহিমা। জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় 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 দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় বলো দুর্গা মাই কি সাজলো পাড়া যে সাজলো বাড়ি, নতুন জামা গায়ে নতুন শাড়ি, অঞ্জলি দিয়ে মা জানাই তোমায়, সবাই তোমার যেন করুণা পায়। খড়গ হাতে শুভ শক্তি তুমি, দানের চেতনা ভক্তি তুমি, ও দশভুজা তোমার অপার মহিমা। জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় 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 দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয় জয় দুর্গা মা, জয়।
Wow, that is indeed an amazing conclusion of today's story. So this marks the end of the evening, and thank you all the delegates and everyone for your absolute patience today. Though we started late, but I think we finished almost nearby time. So now please everyone join us for dinner at the conference center. Thank you so much. Thank you.